So a brand offered me $1 million to do a post on, some of their clothing. And they typically, I don't want to say who the brand is, but they typically
knock off easy.
So I said, you know what? It's great money. Like, let me ask Kanye how he feels about it. And he's like, no, babe, I really don't want you to do that. It's like, let's
Understandable.
focus. Understandable, but that's a lot of money. How are you going to ask? That's a lot of money. So Mother's Day was like the next week. So Mother's Day comes and he happened to be recording out of town. And I get, my flowers and whatever. And then I get an envelope delivered to the door. And I was like,
He wrote
okay.
$1 million check.
So I opened the envelope and it's $1 million check. And it was a note saying, thank you for always supporting me and not posting. And then in the rest of the envelope, it was a contract to be an owner of Yeezy, to have my percentage.
That is amazing.
A full, thick, contracts of my percentage of Yeezy. So a brand offered me $1 million.
Today is Wednesday and here I am. Vion Shodaton is here to continue our topics, and today's topics is about submission. What do you understand by being submissive in a relationship? It's actually a very, very complex topic. A lot of women tend to see submission as you are being treated as a slave, or you are not being looked up as a person if you are being submissive in a relationship and all that, or you are not going to be respected by your partner and all those things. But you see, for me, I think submission has different ways of understanding it. My point of view about being submissive in a relationship is not about you saying yes, yes, yes to everything your partner is saying, okay? But before being submissive, okay, you have to understand where the person is coming from. What the person is saying. By listening to the person and understanding his point of view over an issue or an argument that you people have, Let me say, for example, when I was married, upon all I went through, right, I was submissive to my husband. Why? One thing is, African culture has always taught the women to be submissive, but submissive doesn't mean like submissive as is submissive. You should respect your husband or your partner, because respect in relationship is key. So in other words, you have to respect and listen to your partner. And that was what I was doing in the relationship. I wanted the relationship to work. I wanted our marriage to really work. So I really focused on respecting him, even though I could have my way of saying, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to do what you're asking me to do. Okay? But that wasn't the case. I was like, I want that relationship to work. So in another way to make it work, I should listen to him. I should respect some of the things he told me to do. Some of the things he told me to do, for example, was I should pack my things and go and stay in his parents' house, right? I didn't want. I even told my parents about it, and they also found it strange. But alongside, my mom was like, look, to avoid any kind of problems, I want you to listen to him. Just do it for tomorrow reason. So tomorrow when something happens, they will not put the blame on you. At least you are the safest place. And so I did. I packed my things and I went to stay in his parents' house. Okay. Nowadays, many ladies are not submissive. When I mean submissive, it's they do not respect their partner. They do not listen. When I say listen to your partner, it's also a way of being submissive. Because when your partner tells you, don't do this, sometimes it's better not to even ask questions. Because after all, I believe if you have been with that person, it's because of something. It's because he has proved to you that he's matured enough, he has conscience. So if he tells you, don't do this, or maybe, I don't want you to befriend this particular kind of people, you should listen to him. He's your man. At the end of the day, he's going to be the one you marry. He's going to be your partner for life. Let's put it like that. So if your partner for life is telling you, don't do this, do it this way, sometimes it's good to listen. Submission shouldn't be seen as you are ordering me around. No. Submission shouldn't be perceived that way. Submission should be perceived as listening to your partner, respecting his demands, and also act upon it. Okay, especially if it's in a positive way, of course, because I will not listen to you if you tell me, for example, that I should agree for you to marry another woman beside me. I mean, that one, of course, right? So being submissive, because a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships sometimes are being broken up into that situation. A lot of men have been modernized due to social media and so many things, which shouldn't be, because we are actually losing a lot of our cultural African values. Your husband or your fiancé goes to work. He comes back home in the evening. He notices that you haven't set up the table. The food is cold. You yourself, you're on your phone, busy chatting with your girlfriends or watching something on social media. And when he comes, you don't even you're not bothered. Hi. Everybody's hi. Okay? No matter how the relationship might be, one thing I always say, play your role as the woman. Do not give him the chance to say, I came home, she didn't even look at me twice. She was focused on her phone. She didn't even say, baby, should I heat the food for you? These are things you should be doing for your man. It is not related in anything as being submissive. This is what modern women are now thinking of. That cooking for your husband, setting up the dining table for him, heating the food for him, sit by him when he's eating, keep him company when he's eating, making sure that there's water in the bathroom, or maybe you can heat some water for him depending on the weather, depending on what he wants. Keep him close to you. Doesn't mean that you're submissive. You are playing your role as a woman. You are playing your role as a woman. You are not being submissive. You are not a slave. Sometimes I laugh when I hear married women saying, he wants me to go to the market and cook rice for him when I have already cooked spaghetti for him. Am I his slave? No, that's not the thing. You are not his slave, of course. But you should understand that that is your role. Sometimes it can happen that he's tired of eating spaghetti. So that's why he's saying he wants rice. And you just have to do it in a nice way. You don't need to talk back at him. You don't need to go and gossip about it. You don't need to complain about it or make it a whole issue out of it. No, it's not necessary. Submission shouldn't be seen as being a slave. Let me tell you something. When you should see as being submissive, used like a slave, is when you don't have anything to bring on the table. Basically, what I'm saying is you you as a person. Like a lot of ladies nowadays, they don't want to work. So the person who is giving you the money, he will be more demanding. Okay? He will be more demanding. And the more demanding he is, you also have to apply. Because you don't apply, you don't get the bag. You don't get the money. You don't get the cash. Another way of being submissive. Submissive in a negative way. I'm still talking about the negative side of being submissive. The first one was for those who are not working. Yeah, you'll be treated as a slave at the point of time. Because he feel like he's owning you, because he's spending so much on you. So if you're one of those people, please go and look for a job to be independent. The second submission I'm going to talk about is when you're in a relationship and let me say like you have like a newborn, okay? And of course, newborn, as a mom, you know, you are breastfeeding, you are tired, you are like this, you are like that, everything is stressful. And here your partner comes. He can see how fragile and stressed out you are. He comes like maybe 11 p.m. I don't know from where. And he's like, he wants to eat fufu, a live soup, at this time of the night. You are not even bothered to call me, know how I'm faring the baby. But upon that, you come and you are ordering me to cook you local dishes at almost midnight. And let's say you are like, I can't, I'm just tired, okay? And this guy seems not to understand you are tired. He's just putting pressure on you, shouting at you, putting pressure on you that you should go and cook for him. This is a submission in a very negative way. Third one, I'm going to talk about men who are very controlling. Thank God I wasn't in a marriage where my partner was controlling. He wasn't controlling. He was not ordering me anyhow, but there was some little signs of violence in some of his action, but I was not going through that kind of negative submission. So that kind of guy who orders you anyhow, he comes, he wants you to remove his shoe for him, he wants you to, you know, like, no, I'm not working for you. That's not possible. You know, that kind of when I came in, you didn't even help me to remove my shoe, you didn't even, like, you know, he's just demanding. Hello, it doesn't work that way. There's a nice way to ask someone to do something for you. Please, baby, I'm not feeling well. I feel so tired. Can you help me out to undress? That doesn't kill anybody, right? So, my ladies, I'm going to post a video that will talk basically about submission, and then you understand what I'm talking about.
For instance, I need to travel tomorrow, and I say to my husband, I'd like to travel there, and he goes, oh, I wouldn't want you to go, just wait with me for a while or something, and I have the money to go, and I sit down. That is submission, because I have the ability to go, the money, the funds, everything. I choose not to go because he asked me to. That's submission. However, if I say I'd like to go to America next week, and my husband needs to give me the money to fly, and he says, I don't have any money, sit down, and I sit down, what I have done is I've obeyed, I've not submitted. So to be a submissive woman, first be powerful. That is what a lot of people are missing. A lot of people are not submissive. They just don't have what it takes. So they're just obeying. And they're passing it on to women who have achieved 10 times what they have and saying they are not submissive. No, you are not submissive too. You just don't have enough power to be dangerous. You don't have enough resources to display your unsubmissive nature.
So here I am. I want to say, you want your relationship or your marriage to work. There's nothing like I'm the head of the family, or I'm not a submissive wife, and so on. The only key to the happiness of your relationship is 1, listen to your partner. Sometimes you don't need to agree. You just have to say yes to move on sometimes. But sometimes too, you can also bring in a respectful way your thoughts about what your partner might have brought in as a suggestion or, an idea. Secondly, respect your partner. Respect your husband or your fiancé or your boyfriend, I don't know. Respect him. The more you respect him, respecting a man doesn't mean that you are submissive. No. You are not. Even if you are submissive in a positive way. Respect your man. The more you respect your man, I am telling you, you will bring the best out of him, which is he will love you. He is going to love you. I am saying it. Respect your man. Okay? Some of the marriages are broken and all that because some women have lost the value of respecting their partner. They lost it completely. And I am pleading with you, do not think the word submission means being treated as a slave or a house help or yes, no. That's not the case. Being submissive, it takes a long way. You see, let me give you 2 examples to close it down. I am a banker. I am a senior banker in my office. I could be treated as a supervisor or a boss. But when I get home, I am no more a boss at home. I am the loving, caring wife to my husband. I do the chores, I cook, I do what I am supposed to do as a wife. Do not forget that. Some women, because they are managers of this or doctors of this and all that, when they get home, they still think that position, they carry it from the office to their house. And at the end of the day, they will tell their husband that they are not submissive. Do not treat me like a trash. Do not. Hello. This man marry you for who you are, not for them, not for what you are. Do not put those things together. Be careful. Your office is at the way you act at your office should stay at the office. The way you are supposed to act at home as a loving wife should continue that way. By respecting your husband, by listening to him. And like I say, if you want to bring a response or a thought, there's a polite way to bring it for him to understand you. You don't need to shout, you don't need to frown, you don't need to, there are so many things going on in marriages that I just don't understand nowadays. You must be careful, my ladies. On this note, see you on Saturday. That's all I can say. See you on Saturday. I said what I have to say, and let's meet on Saturday. Saturday will be juicy. Do not forget to like. Do not forget to share. Do not forget to drop some comments. Give me more suggestions, and then I can use those ones to work on it and bring it on the platform, and then we can talk about it. Aside that, something is coming up. I'm going to build my social media platform on Instagram very soon, and so very soon I'm going to share the link with you. So see you on Saturday. Love you, and please kindly share, and I need your likes more and more. Actually, this is one of my creations. Yeah, this is one of my creations. This is something that I did. So bye.
Good morning, sir. I'm the census taker. Are you married or happy? Married.